Merry Christmas. On the 12th day of Christmas, a brewery brewed for me. And I went and I asked him, and I should stop hitting that false note, off note on purpose. Because I'm a really good singer. You didn't know that, did you? Well, I am. It's Christmas. I hope you're having a great Christmas. I was just all relaxed to do a video, and there's a huge domestic or bloke smashing his house up next door, smashing his windows, his walls, and I've just had to ring the police. Just because I don't normally do that, but in this situation, but he's got a young lady over there, and he is going off, smashing the windows, the walls. Anyway, relax. The adrenaline's pumping. It's Christmas. Santa's been. I've opened up my presents. I didn't get the socks I wanted, but anyway. Under this, the last beer of the pack. It's a bit sad, but it's from Hop Nation, one of my local breweries around the corner from where I live, and it's called Plug and Play West Coast IPA. Do a bit of this, put my glasses on, and I can read it. It tells you about them. Hop Nation Brewing is a Melbourne-based brewing company specialising in production of small batch beers. We're always keen to get our hands on something new and exciting, so teaming up with HBA to experiment with their new enriched Looper makes hop pellets seem like a no-brainer. Beer profile. They tell you the hops. Beer profile. We used Callista, Hill Melon and Amarillo pellets to deliver bolder and brighter hop flavours. Expect floral citrus notes rounded off with a strong but balanced bitterness. Cheers, Sam and Dunk. Amarillo. That should give it a bit of orange and citrus. I haven't used Callista. And again, Hill Melon, I'm not that familiar with either. So this will be interesting. If there's a knock at the door, I might have to go and, run out. But anyway, Plug and Play West Coast IPA. Get it in the glass. It's nice and clear. Try and avoid any floaties at the end. Hopefully there isn't. They're in their new brewery now, shouldn't be. Look at that, clear to the last drop. That's exactly what you want. It's a bit condensated even though it's warm in here. There's a slight haze, a very slight haze. I wouldn't call it a hazy beer, but there's a slight haze, like a hop haze. I'm hoping it is, or a chill haze. It's keeping its head nicely. It is nicely carbonated. I don't know if that will pick up on the little Go program I've been using for this series, just to save the full production. I'm sorry about the sound in some of the others. I had to try and filter out the fan of the fridge and the noise of the 3D printer. I didn't think it would pick up so much because I was using this mic, but it did. Oh, look at that. It's hot. I'm sweating. Nice aroma. Oh, that's an aroma. That's probably the best out of the aromas so far, and it's still a bit cold, but that's a good sign. There's a bit of pine. I can get a bit of pine, a lot of citrus. I think I'm starting to learn that aroma of the Hill Melon, because although the Callista's in there, so that's new for me too. So, but that smells delicious. That's been the best aroma. I think I've left a good one for last. Look, there's a few things I could say about that. It could be that Hop Nation are a local brewery, but these I'm pretty sure were sent from Sydney, so these still had probably travelled up to Sydney, packed, and then came back, as far as I know. I'm assuming this stuff, and you know what happens when you assume? It makes an ass out of you and me. And the others, you might say travelled from Western Australia or Queensland, although the Queensland one stood up. Black Hops was nice. It was a red, though. Anyway, stop talking. Let's get it in. Oh, there we go. Wasn't the bitterness straight away. Fruity. Oh, citrus, mandarin. I was going to say melon, but it's not. It's a totally different melon to the melons I've mentioned in the other beers. And this melon, it suits the citrus. This melon, it sort of melds in really, really well. Oh, this is, I reckon, and I'm making an early call. I've made an early call on a few ones that I've said aren't that good, and then by the end I'm going, oh wow, that's really good. This is good. It's got the best aroma, best, freshest, brightest aroma out of all of them, and a lovely flavour. Really nice flavour. I'm waiting for the bitterness to come through. I can tell it's there, but as some of these beers, it's taken me to about there before the bitterness really gets to the back of my mouth. And it's starting because my mouth's starting to water. That's really nice. What a note to end on. I know that must be annoying people, but I explained that in the last video why I do it, just to warm it up quickly and try and make it be like a beer that's been sitting in the glass longer than it has, so I can get the review, done quick. Because as you've seen, as it gets better in other beers, as they get to the end, I'm trying to accelerate that, with all this movement and warming the beer quicker than it normally would. It's like having a drink a few times out of it. Oh, that's really nice. It's really light too. It's not heavy. It's nearly too light. It's really easy drinking. But I think it's only 6%. It's only 6%, so it's 6%, and that's one of my sweet spots for IPAs like this, where it's light enough to know that the booze is there, but it's balanced in with all those really nice flavours of hops. And it's just easy drinking. And now my mouth's watering and getting that sort of dry feeling in the back from the bitterness. It's a West Coast IPA. If you're not getting that, it's not a West Coast IPA, in my opinion. Splendid, splendid beer. It's bitter enough, but it's a little bit rounded in the bitterness. The last beer yesterday, I was saying it's a bit sharp in the bitterness. This is really rounded, which is a good thing. And I'm just always going to talk the bitterness down a bit, and then it comes back in the mouth and gives me that bitter hit that I'm after. That's nice. That's a really nice beer. I'm trying to compare it to something just in case you can't get it. It'd be like it is close to a hop stomper, like a fresh hop stomper, but with very different hops. But it's that style, it's a classic West Coast. But in Hop Nation's or style as well, it's also a bit rounded and a bit softer, but at the same time just full of flavour, really full of flavour. They've done it well. That's easily number one. I thought I was going to have to go back and look at everything. And I've taken photos of all the empties and I was going to line them up and go through them, but I don't need to. This has been my favourite. They've all been pretty good. There's been none that I've been, overly disappointed in. I don't think any, not that I've scored them all, I don't think, but I don't think any would have been under the 2.5 or half, 2.5 out of 5. I'll just remind people too, I've been homebrewing a long time and I love hoppy beers. I can get my hops most of the time, not all the time, spot on to where I like them, bursting out the front and heaps of flavour. But that's in my brewery. My beers don't have to be packaged, only into an enclosed keg, but they don't have to be bottled, canned, or shipped around the country warm. Heat, vibration, time, which all comes with travelling, light, but most are in cans these days. We don't have to really worry about light for these beers. But that's all really bad for beer. I'm lucky. I can get it from my fermenter, put it into my keg, and it goes into my fridge where it just stays. It doesn't move, so it hasn't got the vibrations. It doesn't get exposed to air. It's all good for it. It's cold all the time. No vibrations. I think I've said that twice now. But so when I drink a brewery's beer, that you pay good money for, you expect it to be, up to at least to your home brew level, but you've got to take into account the travelling and, the damage that gets done to the beer. There's nothing you can do about that. There is a few new innovations, but not many have really hit the home brew market just as yet. There's a few things you can use. But this video isn't about that. I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Thanks for watching if you've watched all these again. I know it's me repeating myself all the time, but I'm going to get to tell the truth. I'm not going to make stuff up for you. Then he finishes beer. Oh, there's nearly a bit of pineapple there, but yeah, there is like a pineapple. Oh, now I'm getting that nice bitterness at the end where it's really warming up. But yeah, thanks for watching throughout the year. Let's hope next year we get a better year, hey? I know I've said it a few times, we'll have a barbie here and get some brewers around and do things like that. It's just been really, really hard, as you know. Homeschooling and, you know, we haven't been able to visit each other. Let's hope in the new year we can. What's going on in the new year? Well, I'm finally going to get the new 3V system built, hopefully. Visit more breweries, more brewery series videos. Let me know what you want in the comments. If you like any of these videos, please subscribe to the channel and click the little bell thing so you get notifications when the next video is up. I nearly put one up once a week. Sometimes I have a week off, but it's not that I have a week off. So I'm usually editing or waiting for a beer to finish fermenting and for the next video. Thanks to my patrons. They are my life force. Without them, as I keep saying, these videos wouldn't continue and couldn't continue. At the moment, they've got about 3 or 4 long cuts of brewing videos that aren't up on the main channel yet. They have the long cut for the Sir Thomas Porter from Block and Tackle. They have the long cut of the Mountain Culture Brewing Day video, the long cut of the Forgotten 43 Red IPA, and a few others, because I've managed to do long cuts, but doing that shortcut for the main channel and doing all the voiceovers, that adds another time onto editing the video. So the patrons get that first. Until I hone them down, they're about, anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour long that the patrons get. And then before I put them up on the main channel, I like to, get them down to 20 minutes at the max. I'd like to get them at 10 minutes, but sometimes I just can't fit all the information in. So if you're thinking about having a look at Patreon, you can. It's very cheap. And if you don't like it, you don't have to stay signed up. But it really helps me out. It really does. So again, Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year if I don't see you beforehand. I'll try and jump on for New Year's. We'll see what happens. Family, Christmas, do it all and enjoy it. Stay safe. The main thing. Stay alive. Cheers. I love yous all. Cheers. Lupamax pellets obviously are still pellets, but there's about 70% less vegetable matter. So it's more of the good stuff and less of the grass clippings. And I kind of mean that because people will say they get grassiness from hops, and it can often be the vegetable matter in the hop that causes that. So this is all the goodness of a hop pellet without a lot of the junk. Oh, there's another one for the end roll. I'm sorry, I don't usually put those things in. I apologise. Sorry, everybody.